your team, Real Madrid, put the big money up and made that transfer happen for Aurelien Tchouameni. 100 million, 80 million plus bonuses, going to be like 100 milli, a hundo. This is a player. Let me just run this down before you get into it. 22 years old. I think he's going to turn 23 next year. 130 appearances between Bordeaux and Monaco.
Oh wow. That's a lot.
20 appearances in Europe between I don't think that was just Europa League. I feel like that was Europa and Champions League with Monaco. But he played Europa with Bordeaux. And he has 10 appearances with France. He's been named into the Liga Team of the Year 2 times the past 2 seasons. And he was the Young Player of the Year a couple years ago. Caesar, what do you think about this transfer?
I think it's a great transfer on my end. I think that he has a lot of talent here. Annoying. I think he has a lot of talent, a lot of upside. I watched him on Monaco, really talented midfielder. And one thing I want to say is I feel like Monaco's a good team to like if you're a good midfielder, it'll show on Monaco. They've had a lot of fluctuation with players and a lot of they have a lot of very young talent mixed in with some vets. And I feel like a player like that shining next to Cesc Fabregas, that's really good. It shows you how good of a player he is. So
he ain't played in a long time. Cesc Fabregas ain't played in a minute.
No, I know, but you're next to a player like a vet like that, and you're able to kind of show your stuff. I mean, every time I've seen Monaco, I'm like, damn, he is pretty solid. He's pretty good. So I think that's a good pickup. I think that I see him more as a deeper role player for Real Madrid. I know that the thing to say, people say, oh, well,
deeper
Camavinga here, huh?
Deeper midfielder, you mean?
Yeah, deeper midfielder. I can see him kind of adapting a lot more of that Casemiro Cruz role if he can kind of learn how to be like a Cruz, which is, of course, would be incredible. That's one of the better midfielders in the world. But he seems more deeper. I know Camavinga does an excellent job with tackling, but Camavinga looks so balanced, and I think Camavinga is very, very eager to be better offensively as well. I think he really wants to be that guy. So I don't know. I think it's a good pickup. Real Madrid showing a lot of depth in midfield. Now I don't know what they're going to do with all these players. That's a lot of midfielders, but I can never get mad at a team spending money on a good midfield. I think that's always a great business decision.
You don't think it's too much money?
The 100 million, yes. 80 million, no. Now, this is my question for you. You've watched all the Ligue. I've watched a fair amount, obviously not as much as you. I think it's kind of crazy to me how much more expensive he was than Camavinga. And Camavinga was highly rated. Now, I know Camavinga was 17 and 18, but that's kind of crazy to me. Is it because he's at Monaco? Is it just Monaco asked that price? Well, and Stade Rennes is just dumb with their money? They don't know how to ask for more?
This is the question. Here's the question.
That's kind of wild to me.
Did Real Madrid pay this much money for Tchouameni out of spite against PSG? Because PSG were trying to get him too.
Wallahi, dog. I swear I was thinking it was a spite signing. I thought it was a spite signing. I was like, damn, did they do another Jovic? Or it's if this guy goes to Barca, it's oh, you want to keep him? Cool, because we have so much money, we can just really throw this. Do I think it's Real Madrid? Like I said earlier, I never think it's a bad investment buying a midfielder. It's only
whoa.
Buying a midfielder, I don't think it's ever a bad investment. Whoa. I mean, I'm sorry, signing a midfielder is never a bad investment. I don't think that's ever a bad thing. I think that either it's going to work out great or you took a chance on something. Now they haven't spent 100 million in a minute, so it's they kind of had that money to blow, honestly, and they were like,
well, yeah, because when I'm looking at it on the surface, I'm just okay, PSG wanted him, and Real Madrid does have that money that they were going to use to sign Mbappe. So they probably just were able to put a higher number in Monaco's face. You know what I mean? And obviously Monaco's going to, I think Tchouameni would have been happy to go to PSG or Real Madrid, but Monaco's going to take the most money.
No,
Huh.
because apparently PSG offered more.
Well, I don't know about that. Like, I mean, obviously, there's going to be reports going back and forth, and
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
you never know what's true. But I would
I'd like to
imagine.
think that he chose where he wanted to go at the end. If they received 2 offers, he was like, you know what, I want to go here.
I mean, probably, but I'm sure Monaco had something to say about it. I mean, I'm sure if PSG was offering 180 million, they'd be like, "Yeah, no, you're going to PSG." Um,
Well,
but
yeah, I mean, they can break into transfer, but he still has an option of signing or not, right?
I guess, I mean, but we'll never know. But I
Yeah.
mean, would it? Either way, Real Madrid is putting up 100 million for a midfielder, which
Yeah.
is cool if it turns out that way.
80 million.
But no, it's 100 million with bonuses. Like it's
I
100
don't know
million.
if he got the bonus though.
I mean, they're saying
Those
that
are player bonuses, right?
they're saying that it's easy bonuses.
Oh, really? Like touch
Yeah.
the ball 3 times. I'm down
Yeah,
for that.
basically.
That's kind of really cute. They wrote that in there.
But I'm also like, could this end up backfiring on Real Madrid a bit? Now, let me just speculate
Big speculating.
because
big speculating.
that is a lot of money. And it's not like, yeah, you're right. Like Real Madrid hasn't spent a whole lot of money, like for sure. So they're doing well financially, better than Barcelona, obviously. But Caesar, I watch a lot of Liga, like you said. And I was watching Nice, and I'm looking at Khephren Thuram, dude. Like Caesar, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. That's
I've
okay.
watched him too. I know you're talking about.
But he is really good, dude.
I
Like
think he is too.
he's and honestly, like Tchouameni's really good too. I've watched them both play, and I'm just like, I don't really see that much difference. Like they're both really good, and I feel like, I mean, it's gonna sound crazy. Like I'll say this: Tchouameni has more experience for sure. He's played more matches, and
He's older, right?
I'm sorry.
He's a little older, I think, too.
He's 1 year older than Thuram, just 1 year.
Yeah.
But he's played way more matches for sure. But when I watch them play, I'm like, these are similar players. Like they both stand out, and you can get Thuram for probably right now for like cheaper than even Camavinga was. Like you could probably get him for like 20 mil and have like I mean, he's like 6'3" or something like that. Some big old fast mid, and Tchouameni's like 6'2", like around there too. I'm just like, obviously, like Tchouameni's a really good player, but I'm just looking at that 100 million, and I'm like, dang, dude, like, did you really have to do that?
That's something we won't know.
We won't know for a
while. But I think I'm gonna say this. Let's both agree to this. If anybody that could kind of really do this right now, it's Real. I feel like they've been extremely disciplined on player management and signing. They've been S plus, not even A plus, S plus on our signings, like just phenomenal. Like every year, patient, not being risky, throw a little spite in there, a little sauce for fun, loan him out, come back, he sucks. It's all good. Now you can have him if you want him. Like it's a good time. Meanwhile, when you look at Barcelona sign, it looks frantic. It looks desperate.
Yeah.
So they're in a very much win-win position where it's like they're allowed to get a little risky. Now, do I wish the risk was in the other areas? Yeah, I'd be down for them to get risky at right back. Maybe get risky somewhere else. I would love that, but maybe they just signed Modric for just a 1 year extension. They probably told him like, hey man, look, this year I can't guarantee you a ton, but just sit pretty. We'll make the bonuses really easy. Sit pretty this year, and he only has a 1 year extension, and it's up to you and Camavinga to win the position moving forward after this. And I think that's something positive to look towards.
Honestly, like remember,
and I'm happy he's right-footed. Sorry,
coming off the World Cup season. That was when they were saying Modric might go to Inter. He might be kind of like he played 1 million matches. Like he might be kind of washed now. And I remember watching that season. I'm like, he looks just fine to me.
He's good. He's still on his bike, dog. He's still on his bike.
And I remember early in that season, he was coming off the bench some. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, he looks fine. And then like when he started starting that season, I'm like, yeah, he looks fine. And obviously he still looks amazing. We've seen him run past 5 PSG players. Tchouameni's going to have to like find his place in this midfield. Obviously, you still got Cruz, Casemiro, Modric. I don't know if Real Madrid is going to look to maybe send off Cruz or Casemiro.
I'll say this. I think they're looking to offload someone like some of the backups. I know they've offloaded a lot of players. A lot of players that were, I know, in reserves and we're getting a ton. They were there though on the roster.
But who?
A lot of people gone. Ceballos leaving.
Yeah, but he don't matter.
I know they don't get a ton of minutes, but like that's for this year, and that's because we have people that are on 1-year extensions. But I think after this season, it's going to be a lot more room open up and opportunity. Yeah. I just think so. I don't think they're going to give him more just another year extension. I really would highly doubt that.
Yeah, I mean, you got Cruz, Casemiro, Modric, Valverde. Although Valverde is kind of like
utility man,
pushing up forward kind of a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, but he's a midfielder. Like a deeper role. Yeah, he's a midfielder for sure. You got Valverde and Camavinga. That's 5 midfielders. You bring a Tchouameni in the mix, like
luckily, you know also Real Madrid does have 70 matches this year too, which is good. Which is there's going to be a lot of rotating. You don't know who's getting. Like I said, we're all playing hypotheticals. We don't know what's going to happen. And I think if I'm Tchouameni, I'm not tripping off that first year. I would kind of want some time to acclimate myself, anyways, to the style. It's going to be a whole different world in Monaco around here. They're gonna, and then he's also going to come off that World Cup. You got the World Cup call up.
That's true.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a weird, tough year, and I just really want to see how it's going to go down.
And I'll say this too, like
we and you don't know how it's going to go with the World Cup season.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say this too, like I do think it's a good signing because even when you look at Camavinga, like it took a while for Camavinga to really get minutes, but when you saw him out there, he was really good, and
he was instant impact.
And you were thinking, like, dang, like he could have been playing this whole time, but it ended up working out fine. So it'll definitely be one of those situations where Tchouameni probably won't get so many minutes this season coming up, but maybe later in the season, like he probably won't get so many minutes early potentially, but like maybe later in the season, just like how Camavinga was, you might see him more. Yeah. But don't keep your eye on Thuram. Keep your eye.
No, Thuram is really talented. And if he does move, I hope he goes to a good team that's outside of Spain.
Caesar, I literally was like,
I don't know why people don't talk about why there's not buzz around him. He's really good.
I watched the last match of the season. It was Nice against Reims. And I was like, I never watched those highlights. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe he was whack in this game. Like maybe, and I'm like, look at him like he's involved in everything, dude. It's crazy.
He's fast as hell too for big man. He be getting around that field fast. I'm like, damn, he's good.
But anyway,
is he on the U21 team with Camavinga?
He's like,
I thought I saw him in a picture.
I don't think he's been called up yet, but he's played in like those youth ranks.
Because Camavinga got called up to the U21 team.
For right now?
For France, yeah. He's been playing in the U21 thing or whatever.
Okay. As long as Guendouzi play. You know, honestly, it's really racist because they're like Rabiot's starting, dude.
It's kind of it's absolutely insanity you would start Rabiot right now over Guendouzi. I see Guendouzi in the camp, and I'm like, you got to start this man.